Hi everyone, and welcome back to Neil and Jan's Reselling.
Morning.
And it's Thursday morning. What's the date today?
Hang on,
It's
the 24th.
24th
Of what month?
of
June.
June. 24th of June. Yeah. Oh yeah, we just had solstice on the 21st. So yeah, and it's a Thursday morning, and we're at a Ford car boot sale. The reason we're here today is because at the weekend it got rained off. So
Last weekend it got rained off,
yeah,
and the forecast for this weekend coming
isn't great either.
Isn't great.
So we thought we'd try this one. We have been here on a weekend, on a Saturday before, but I don't think we've done a Thursday. But
well, certainly not since COVID rules.
No,
because we didn't know that they're running a system where you have to sit in your cars in the car park and wait for somebody to come and tell you it's your turn to go in.
I mean, literally everybody is sat in their cars, and I'm just showing you cars now, but everyone's just sat in the cars just waiting.
And we'd driven up to near the entrance where the disabled parking is, and we're told that there is no disabled parking now.
Yeah.
You just have to wait in your car, and then when they let all the public in, then we'd be allowed to drive back down to where the disabled parking used to be.
Yeah, which is a bit odd. It's just...
It's
yeah, I don't think that's actually very well organised. Personally, I think, you know, the fact that they could there's easily enough room for us to go and park up there.
I suppose they're just worried that all the disabled people or anybody with a badge will just go and park down there and get an advantage. But
well,
I was just feeling a bit stressed because we're so far away from it that, you know, I have limited walking anyway, and I'm going to use all my walking just getting to the boot sale. And I was saying to Neil, I might just wait in the car.
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys need to sort it out. It's very easy for, as soon as they start releasing some cars, to let the disabled through. But you know, if they don't want to be disabled friendly, then that's up to them, isn't it? So
well, I suppose to be fair to them, they're doing everything they can amongst these the new silly normal.
Yeah, but I just think you know, people with disability, I mean, if they want to be considered...
I don't know if they actually said that on there, because I didn't check the website, because we've been coming here for what, 20 odd years, haven't we? It just didn't, because we don't come here that often, because it's really quite a long drive for us.
Yeah.
We don't come here that often, so it didn't occur to me to check the website for anything other than opening time.
No.
And it said it opened at 7:30, so we got up at 6 in order to get down here.
So anyway, anyone who comes here who is disabled in any way, would normally use a disabled parking bit, if you want to drop a comment down here, if you found that this is a disabled unfriendly car boot sale, drop comments down below.
Well, I'm just on their website, and they do actually have all the new, because we got given a piece of paper with all the rules on when we came in, and they do actually have it on their website. But like I say, when you've been going somewhere for over 20 years, you don't tend to look on their website to...
No, you just think, well, it's a car boot sale, and you know, it's got a huge amount of room for parking here. You'd think they'd have just sorted that out.
Well, it is an airfield.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's huge. So, I mean, you'd thought that would have just still been a thing.
I'm so sorry. This isn't our normal jolly intro.
No,
is it?
it's not.
We're a bit moany this morning.
Anyway, so enough of that. And
I'll better have my cup of tea and
Jan
settle
have
down.
a cup of tea, and we will now cut to the having a wander round on the film, and we'll
any footage
catch you in a
that we
bit.
get once we're let in.
Yeah. Right, so as you can see, it's quite a way back, and this is quite a lot of walking for Jan. So Jan's decided to stay in the car until we can move it up further. So we'll just have to go and see.
So as Neil just said, I've decided to wait back in the car because there's no way that I can walk all the way down to the boot sale and then manage to walk around it. I'm limited in how far I can go, so it just didn't seem sensible to waste all my energy and walking ability on just getting there. Gosh, we were parked quite a way back, weren't we?
Yeah. And not only that is as we go up here, you see that we have to actually walk around the fencing. So yeah, this would have been most of your ability to walk around.
And I did see other people who parked behind us when I was in the car actually struggling past on crutches, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they could come up with a better method if they tried. But then, like I say, you know, there are other people who would take advantage of a disabled badge and, you know, borrow somebody's or something.
See, just where that van is, there's no reason why we couldn't have parked there.
And then waited until everybody else had gone in before we were allowed
then we'd be at the... But anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the boot sale. So I pretty much skipped
this is
past...
what I missed.
This is what you missed. So I pretty much skipped past quite a lot of these tables. There wasn't much, but a bit later on they were actually...
Looks like the one we normally go to.
Yeah, it's like the normal boot sale, isn't it? There were some people out here, which means if they're out there, it's going to be a big one in there.
Yeah.
So there's actually quite a lot of people. Oh, is that a reseller with a trolley?
Well, isn't it funny how we always equate trolleys with resellers?
Trolleys with resellers.
Maybe it's just somebody who goes to festivals and then thought, oh, I fancy doing a boot sale. Oh, no, I'll take my trolley.
Yeah, so maybe they've just been here before.
It is quite a long walk around, and if you do get anything heavy, I know they hire out their trolleys, but then you've got to come all the way back to the entrance to hire a trolley and then go back and get it.
And just so that you know, what I've decided to do on this one is I was going to walk down the left-hand side and go all the way round, and then I come back and walk down the middle.
Right.
Was that a thing for a tombola? That looked like a thing for a tombola back then.
I didn't see it
we've got a green trolley there.
I was going to say it's another trolley. Somebody else got a different colour trolley, so there's two trolleys there.
Now there are quite a few of these that I actually just skip through because I can see generally that they're not the kind of things that I want to look at. Yeah.
Could you actually see what was on the tables? Because I can't see it from the camera's angle.
Yeah, I must admit I wasn't particularly looking at unless I actually look at something. Would mean I'd have to walk sideways down. I would look really odd and silly to everybody. So anyway, so we've got the camera view we have really.
Well, yeah, it's too late to change it now.
Well, exactly, but it's the difficult thing. I'm really not. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm wearing a chest cam. I'm not going to stick it on my head and look like an idiot with where I'm looking at. How much are you looking for on the radio?
Eight.
About 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a think about that one.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, yeah, 8's a bit more than what I'm kind of looking at. For radios, unless it's something really special, then I'm looking for under a 5. It's at the beginning and it's like, if you had to set a couple of quid, then maybe. But you know, it's difficult to get the gauge of different car boot sales. But there are different kind of price ranges, and I also didn't want to blow all my money all in one go.
But something that I've noticed going back decades is you find something at a car boot sale that you've never seen before, like your tombola machine. There's almost always another 3 as you go round.
Yeah.
We've found that so many times, haven't we? That,
Yeah.
you know, you might never see them again. But
Now I'm just looking at some gaming controllers. Yeah. He's doing a £5 for all 3, but to be honest, they're a bit shot. I mean, there's
they do look a bit rough.
that even the one that I've got in my hand, which is the best one of them. I'm thinking, yeah, it all works, but would I actually want to sell that to somebody?
Unless you could get it all
We'd
cleaned
have
up.
to really clean, but it's about a scratch. You can't really clean
Yeah.
scratches up. So Grubby's one thing.
Oh, I like the look of those silver. Are those silver teapots there?
Yeah.
That side.
I'll do the pair for 40 quid.
But again, I wouldn't know what the silver pots are kind of worth, really. I wouldn't know what's a good price for them or not.
I wouldn't
Would
have
you?
a clue.
Okay, so just coming up here, we're going to have to cut the sound out because someone was playing a record or music, and it's basically going to copyright for
rules
this
and things.
for this film. So I've had to cut the sound out on this next little section. But we just see that there's a Wii Mario Karts there on the table, so I'm just going to have a quick look
What's
at
that
that.
thing next to it?
What?
Just to the left of where you're looking at there.
That one?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's some kind of little screen or mirror. I'm not sure if it's just a mirror or the round thing next to it. I think that's actually a charging pad for a phone. You know the wireless charging pads?
Oh, yeah.
And
like mine that I never use.
Yeah, like yours that you never use. And then I do actually ask about this camera, but they're actually asking about £30 for that
Right,
one.
I can't read what brand
It's
it is.
a Fujifilm.
Right.
It looks like a digital SLR. It's about £30. Obviously not a bad price probably for it, but I have no way of knowing whether that one works. I then also have a look at this Xbox controller, but again it's missing the rubbers on it. It was for an Xbox One, and they were just after a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for it, really.
Although I do think it'd be a good idea to get some of the replacement rubbers so that you
I think
can just change them over.
I think it would, yes.
So everyone that gets sold. Hang on. Oh, I was going to say, it's gone past it now. That AA sign said 250 stamps. I wonder if that was the old Green Shield stamps. If you joined the AA here.
for
that camera, but I'm not sure about what that's actually worth. I'm not sure if this is all just going to be traders, and if it's going to be harder to find anything decent I'm looking for.
Yeah, it looks like it is at the moment. But then that part of it normally is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because although they did say on the leaflet that you no longer get to choose what position you go to, you know, I think certain people have their spot that they like week after week, but now you just get where you're put.
But no, there was some Meccano there, but it was really old, and because the guy looked like a trader, I thought it's just going to be expensive. It's kind of antique-y kind of stuff, and I get. Obviously, I'm looking for really good deals for reselling, and I don't, you know, it's just a case of some people. I'm not going to get things for the prices I'm looking for. And I have no problem with that, but there's no point in looking.
They're just trying to make a living the
Absolutely.
same as we are. But you're going to get your better deals from the private sellers who just want it gone.
Yeah.
They want to get their money for it and get out of there as fast as they
Now
can.
we have a little look here at the camera. How much are you looking for your camera?
15, that one.
And what brand is that one?
That's Minolta.
Worth it. Film.
Yes, Minolta film.
Autofocus.
A digital,
Yeah, I think-
well, not
yeah.
digital. It's a film
Yeah.
SLR.
But I think it does have autofocus
Yeah.
on it, that one.
There's a big lens back on the table there. That.
Is this an old film camera?
Yeah. My partner just put it there and told me how much it is, so I don't really know anything.
Oh, right.
It looks quite smart though.
And it's not that old. That was
Yeah.
kind of a film camera just before they went digital, because it's got a
A
LCD
digital-
readout on
yeah.
the top there.
Would you take 10?
I don't know, to be honest. I can ring him and ask him.
Now for £10, I'd definitely give this a go.
Absolutely, yeah.
15, I would and ah. I'd maybe go to 12 or something, but
Yeah, it is an old film one.
The silvery coloured camera on the table, did you say 15 for that? It's a film camera, but it's like a modernish type one with Minolta. Okay, alright then, cheers. Okay, alright then.
the
cheers.
anticipation, waiting
Yeah.
for the
So it can
phone.
be a tenner.
Okay.
So you got that for 10?
So I've got that for 10.
Well done, you.
Yeah, that was.
There you go.
Very much.
Thank you.
So that was my first item of the day. It's a good start. Wonder what we'll see next. Now, although I'm saying about there are some things that I'll walk past, I'm not necessarily stopping to have a look, but I am glancing in case there's something that catches my eye that I do recognise.
Yeah, I really must learn to get my GoPro hooked up with my iMac, because
Yes.
then, because I look at different things, then we could maybe edit films together
Absolutely.
looking at your things. Was that a trumpet?
That was the trumpet.
Anyway, so we're off. So we've spent a tenner on a Minolta camera. It's a film camera. Doesn't have a lens cap, but yeah, I think that looks quite nice actually.
But do you ever find watching your films back that you think, oh, I wish I'd have stopped and looked at that?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I do it with other people, you know, I look at their films and I think, oh, I'd like to have had a look at that.
What?
And I'm
not,
just wondering if you actually look back and think, oh, I should
Well,
have stopped there a bit
not
longer.
only that is because you were in the car at this point, I was having quite a quick run round to do a first run round.
Yeah.
And then I didn't go back again. So I thought that when I came with you, we would have more of a in-depth look
Yeah.
at everything.
Because I was thinking that if we ever go, while I was in the car, I was thinking if we ever go to Ford again, then I'll take a scooter with me. But then I've hated going to Ford with a scooter before, because it's been so crowded that all you're looking at is other people's backs and their bums and things. And
I think your little
You're at that
scooter,
height.
it would take
but
your little
because
scooter.
it's so, well, not as many people as it's been
Yeah.
the last time. Well,
And I
it used
think
to
you
be a
could
lot
just
more.
get off and then maybe you can get off and then have a look at stuff. I don't know.
Oh,
Look, loads of cameras. This is interesting.
It's kind of the mother load.
It is, isn't it? It's like
Was that a Minolta?
no, it's not. It's a
Nokia?
no.
I
it's
can't
a-
read what it's saying
it
even with my
begins
glasses.
H.
How much are these cameras?
£8.
how about for this one?
£3.
Would you do two?
Yeah.
So let's put that one there for a second. Let's go into
Now, that was quite a nice little camera. For £2. But looking at some of the other ones on here, they're actually quite old.
See, start. Let's have a look, see
And
what
I'm
else
not
we've got.
really into those really old ones. This one, however, didn't look that well branded. It looks
Cheap and tacky.
it looked a little bit cheap and I wouldn't say tacky, but you know, it wasn't quite what I was looking for. Again, they're quite old, and that's not the they're not the kind of style of things that I'm looking for. I have not tried selling that kind of age thing. I don't know if they actually sell well or not.
So what we got down here.
Then you get to this.
Oh, what's he got there?
Are these just all bags, or are there cameras in them as well?
This is the only one with the camera. That one's the box camera here.
Right. Okay.
And there's the lighting equipment here.
Lighting equipment there. What camera's this one?
Now, I make a mistake on this one. I thought that said Olympus.
But it's actually Olympia.
It's actually Olympia.
Right. What are you looking for on it?
It's a bit of a monster, isn't it?
It is well, it's a bit of a monster because it has the bracket there for the light as well.
Yeah.
To hold it. It's got a lens there, which is not great, but then you've got these two. There's this lens and the other lens that have never been opened. Now, remember that at this point I've misread it and I think that it's Olympus, not Olympia.
So you're getting all excited and thinking,
Yeah.
It's kind of. Would you go for 7? No.
It's definitely stuck on 10.
Yeah, I'll try it.
And I buy it. No! No, 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 no,
Have you
no.
got £10 left?
you don't buy mistakes, and
Look,
we don't yet know
okay,
if it is a
I've
mistake.
actually-
we don't know if it's a mistake
it's-
until you've listed it and it's still on there.
I've
a
now
year later.
I've now
Thank you very
looked it
much.
up, and they do actually sell for £10 to £20. But for the kind of profit that I like, I'll be lucky if I can get my money back on that one.
Yes.
But you know, swings and
when you got it
roundabouts.
home, the bag that it came in isn't that bad.
No.
You know, you could take it out of the bag and just sell the bag and the camera separately.
Now I looked at this one, this bag. See this bag?
Yeah, that's a bit mulberry.
It looked
isn't
exactly. It looked like a mulberry. It isn't mulberry.
It is or it isn't.
Isn't. If it was a
Okay, so the
mulberry, I
bag I
might
just
have.
had a look at.
in the style of.
It was, yeah.
Looked a little bit like mulberry colours. So that's why I was checking it.
And
So
if
I've actually picked up 3 cameras this morning. The last one I picked up in the bag has got lenses and that, and it's an Olympus. So
No, it isn't.
no, it isn't. Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. It might be a load of rubbish, but the lenses look
See, there was a
reasonable.
little doubt at the back of your mind with that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It might be rubbish. But we don't know yet.
Right.
Wait and see if it sells.
See, I do
Really
have a
should
little
make sure that
tables.
I put the camera right for looking at some of the stuff.
The trainers. I've just spotted trainers here.
Yeah.
So these trainers, these are looking like new. They've even got the labels on. There's a third one
Excuse
there.
me. What kind of prices are your trainers? 15 each, are they? Right, okay.
There's other little trainer there, but I'm just interested in those two I've picked up, I think. Now, I don't very often pick up trainers, so this is like a little bit out of my comfort zone, this is.
It's like, well, it's alright. It's like the sort of the first day that it's been alright, isn't it?
But I'm kind of thinking in my mind now that these trainers look like they would be at least 60 quid. If I could sell them for 30 quid, you know, if I buy them for 15, let's see if I can go maybe 25.
Would you do 25 for the two?
When you're looking at trainers, don't you look, or at shoes, don't you pull
There we
the
go.
tongue up and see if
No.
you can,
Here.
is there a reason why you don't?
Yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing. I am clueless. Did they look new? Yes. Did they have labels on? Yes. Do I think I could possibly sell them? That's what I was going for. I have so much to learn about clothes and trainers and...
I think the trainers look quite good. I have no idea what they're worth, which is probably a silly thing to do, pay 25 quid. But I think there's a chance there could be a profit, and you've got to try something slightly different. So...
And since you've been home, have you looked up those trainers to see?
I couldn't find them.
Did you look inside the tongue? There's a little label with a product number on.
No. No, haven't done any of that yet.
I mean, they did have the label in there because I checked in the car
Okay.
when you showed them to me. Yeah.
Well, when I did the next film of the show and tell...
There's a tin there. It looked like it's saying Clinique on it. I couldn't read it completely, but that would have been, yeah, Clinique. That would have been worth having a look to see what's in it. Yeah, I think you should have probably got that tin.
So what do you think that could have been worth, and what do you think I should have
I've
paid?
got no idea what it would be worth, depending on what was inside it. It might have had product inside it, or even if not, people might want the Clinique tin to put their Clinique things in.
Yeah. Now, on this bit, I actually...
Excuse me, how much are your singles?
25p.
25p.
I'm after a single. The other day, I've been picking up a couple of record decks, and I have no records that I can actually check if it's working.
Load in the loft,
Yeah, but I didn't want to muck up anything.
yeah, because you don't know what state your stylus
No,
is in, do
exactly.
you?
So I wanted something that I wasn't gonna muck up. Randomly put my hand in and have a look, and it's, when I was a kid, I used to watch Howard's Way.
That looks a bit. Oh, Neil. Don't ever touch the grooves of a record with your fingers.
Yeah.
Your thumb even.
Exactly.
No, that is such a big fat no.
I know, but all I've got to use it as is a test
Have you got any
record.
change?
Yeah.
If not,
yeah,
That's
I know.
all it is a test record. You know.
Tell you what, don't worry about change.
It's just coming from a time when vinyl was all we had. We had to
If not,
look
don't
after
worry,
I
it's
know
only
you have
40p, you keep it.
Look after it.
it. So to see it these days with people treating it
Cheers.
So badly.
treating it like it's a CD or something,
Yeah.
which it's not.
Oh, another trolley, green one.
Right.
So what are we going to find next?
So that record wasn't anything special. It was literally, I've got 3 decks to test. I need a record for it. So...
Oh, we're nearly at the end there.
Yeah, it's nearly at the end. Bit of a griffin, I think, back there.
A griffin, did you say?
It looked like a concrete griffin.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's quite hard to actually see what's there when you're looking
Oh,
from somebody
we've got
else's
some-
moving view.
Some vintage Meccano, and there's another camera there.
Minolta.
Yeah.
£40 that camera with all the bits as well.
Right.
Another lens in there.
How much did you
Yeah.
say?
£40.
Yeah, I'll leave that for now, I think.
Probably well worth £40. There's no profit margin in
Yeah.
it for you.
It's great for somebody, but as a reseller, I don't think that. Well, if I'm paying £40, then I want to be getting £120 to £150 back.
Yeah.
You know, if we look at what I'm paying for other stuff,
Oh, what's that you've got there?
it's a little DVD player. It's got a remote, so a remote's good.
How much looking for the DVD player?
£5.
£5.
Working.
Would you take two? That's what I pick them up for normally, so if you're interested,
That's 4. I mean, it's harder than you.
Yeah,
go
I was
halfway at
actually
3.
got one free on Marketplace the other day, didn't I?
Yeah, you did pick up one for free, but I've just gone from £5 to £3. £3. It's a good.
So did you get it?
I got it for £3.
I don't want a Continental one for £2, do you?
Constant. Has it got a remote?
Yes.
Right now, so this is a Continental
There we go.
one with the.
Yes,
It's just got a
thank you.
2-pin
Excellent.
plug. So I've done a fiver, and I've got one with a 2-pin plug and that one. Now the reason I thought, yeah, why not go for the Continental one?
Global shipping?
If we're on the global shipping program, why not try it? So that was my plan on that one. Let's see if I can actually sell stuff with 2-pin plugs.
And I know it's got a different plug which you can get an adapter for, but
Yeah.
does it actually work differently?
I have no idea if the voltages are different or anything like that. I'm going to have to try. But for £2, so
Because
well,
I
for a
just wondered,
fiver,
because
I've
some
got the 2.
DVDs are like, wasn't it a PAL system or something? Or am I
Yeah,
thinking
there
of
are
something
there are
completely else?
different systems for DVD players and stuff. So, but I'm just going to have to try it.
Yeah.
So, but I say he started off at a fiver, and in the end I got 2 of them for a fiver. So I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, it's a dimmer, yeah.
One's a magnifying and one's
Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me, how much are you looking for on the DVD player? 15. Okay.
That's perfect, love.
Yeah.
It does. Very pleased.
Well, I'll leave that for now.
Now there we go. So 15 is what I'm looking to sell them for.
Yeah, so.
Roughly, which is great. So she'll probably get somebody to buy that. But that's not the kind of, as you can see, that's not the kind of
Yeah.
amount that I'm paying. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want anyone to think that I'm saying, oh no, it's far too expensive. It's just more than I would pay.
I did get the impression, sitting in the car and watching people coming in and going back out again from the boot sale, that I got the impression that a large amount of these people are actually resellers, or the people
Yeah.
going into the boot sale were resellers.
Yeah.
You know, especially when they come out with bags and bags and bags of things and then go back for another load again.
So if lots of people are resellers, then a lot of these people then are overpriced for who they're selling to.
Well, they don't know when you go up to them if you're a reseller or if you're
Yeah,
just Joe Public, do they?
it doesn't matter really. I mean, as long
trying to make
as
a
long
living,
as they,
aren't
as
they?
long as they don't sell it for less than what they, you know, as long as they don't sell it for less than what they want, and we only buy for what we're prepared to pay, then there shouldn't be a problem. Oh, so you've got some paperweights there by the looks of it.
Oh, I missed that.
There was just a paperweight there I was looking at. What have we got here?
Should I keep it?
No.
walking past some of these things so fast that
Yeah.
I can't see what's there at all.
Yeah, I know, but partially I'm there to buy stuff, and I guess the filming's almost a secondary thing. This is what I'm experiencing. Like, if I stopped and just, it would look really odd if I just stopped and filmed everybody.
Yeah, no.
Because that's what these are really good, with the resin in them. And then you put the water in, and it makes it
Do you see quite a lot of guitars at boot sales?
Yeah. Do you remember that one? I don't even know if you were with me or in another aisle a few weeks ago in one of the field boot sales when somebody was looking to buy one and sat down and started playing it. And it was so good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really, really good. Oh, there's
Oh. So we've got a PlayStation 2 there. I think they're after 40 odd quid. Now in this tub here, I see a whole load of Wii stuff.
So you love your little boxes of tangled cords, don't you?
Now I actually bought a couple of Wiis that don't have all the power packs and stuff. Now I do notice that there is a games console there in the bag as well, but again, it's not going to have all the wires and stuff for it. But what I do notice, it does say £5 an item, and it's like, I've got to ask him in a minute.
Excuse me, how much do you for these wee bits?
It's £5 an item.
Ouch.
Yeah, decided not. That's.
Yeah.
If you had to sell a couple of quid each or something, then that wasn't for me. So.
That lady's changed. Thank you very much.
Anyway, what have we got on this one?
There's a fiver. And I'll give you another camera.
I'm standing here, so there must be something I'm looking at. No.
Watching your shadow.
I'm watching the shadow. Yeah, what am I looking at? Yeah.
Oh, something's caught your eye.
Well, there's a remote control, like a radio remote control thing that was back there. And there's...
Yeah, because this side looks like more cars, more of these more private sellers down this side.
Yeah, some of these are a little bit more.
Or are these the traders that have just taken a car because it's cheaper than a van?
I don't know. But a lot like that, I mean, it's just it's pictures, which is great, but it's definitely not my kind of thing.
Yeah. I did see somebody walk past with a huge, great big painting, about 3x4 of a reclining nude, but it wasn't actually a very good one. I thought, oh, I wouldn't like that on the wall.
Yeah, maybe they're just going to sell it on.
Or maybe they're going to paint some clothes on.
Well, to be honest, if you can get them cheap enough, the canvas and the...
What's that, a pair of horns of some sort?
That is kind of like a pair of horns.
I don't recognise what animal they come from though, do
There's a
you?
big old vase, but things to rummage in. Looked like there was a few things just to check out.
Not that I want a pair
Yeah.
of horns or I suggest you buy them to sell. It just struck me. I've just noticed them.
Pair of horns, yeah.
Pair of horns, yeah. Yeah, unless they're for the dogs, I'm not interested in getting horns.
No. So the TV just by the guy there was actually only a £5. And it's kind of like, should we get a TV?
I've seen a few TVs for £5 lately.
Yeah, I was wondering. You know, they might work, but it's the postage of them. You've got to wrap it really well,
Yeah.
and they're quite big if they don't sell that well. So it's not they were. I don't know. If anyone else is buying TVs to sell on eBay, let me know. Drop a comment. Let us know how it goes.
And also you'd have to look, I suppose, at all the connections on it, because if they don't have the connections for the modern signal.
HD, yes. Yeah, it
Because I've
want
seen
to be.
a lot of people's videos where they're picking up these old little portable TVs, and I think, well, do they actually still work with the modern signal and things?
Well, a lot of them don't. If you haven't got a,
Right, that's right, yeah.
I mean, you might be able to do it for games consoles and stuff, but you're not going to be able to pick up a terrestrial signal anymore. They've got some paperweights there. Just picking up a
I
paperweight
like
to have
that
a look
piggy
at.
bank as well, that looked quite interesting.
All right. Got another little camera down there. You've got a little piggy bank, and there's another paperweight there. But I was looking at how complex the paperweights were, and how fine detailed it looked, and they didn't actually look that fine detail. I also looked at the one that I was looking at. There was no name underneath it, so it wasn't branded.
Sometimes when they have the I can't remember what they're called, millefure or whatever it is, there is a maker's mark in those sometimes.
Right. Okay.
If we ever see one when we're together, I'll show
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
Bacon double cheeseburger. Yeah.
But yeah, it does look a bit yum, doesn't it?
Yeah, could do one of those right now actually.
Yeah. Steakhouse burgers. Nice. Pottery thing?
Yeah, it's alright, it's not worth winding the film back. There's just something on the floor that I wondered what it was.
So some of these bits, there's just not a lot there.
Yeah, it's a condition that's
Interesting. This is interesting. There's an old camera there. Big old, look like a big old cinema type camera type thing, or projector even.
Yeah.
And something like that would be great for bric-a-brac in a pub or something, or a restaurant, or
Like that American diner that we used to go to that was filled up with all kinds of amazing things.
yeah,
Like the moose antlers and
exactly. Really
and
huge
old-fashioned
moose
record
antlers and all that
players
kind of stuff.
and
That kind of thing, you know, that kind of thing is really interesting. But just going back to that projector thing, I wonder how much that would weigh. It looked really heavy. Imagine trying to post that.
sorry, yeah.
Oh, Sarah, I can't see.
I was just having a look down there to see if there was anything, but there wasn't really. Oh, we've got a red trolley now. So there's quite a lot of people with trolleys.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, the ground for. I mean, I must admit, the site for this boot sale of a hard standing is brilliant. You haven't got to worry about whether it rained the day before or anything.
Yeah.
Well, this lady had a load of laptops there, which kind of intrigued me. But then there was some cameras there as well, and it's.
Oh, looks like it's got some interesting things there.
Yeah.
Nothing that I'd want to buy, just like
How much
to
are you
look
looking
at.
for a little camera?
Exactly.
£3. What's your best price on the duck? £10. Why do I always choose the bloody heaviest
So this is the
thing?
Nikon
If
Coolpix.
you like
So that
anything,
looks quite
thank
nice.
you.
It's 10 megapixel, so that's also quite nice. It's got the battery in it. I've just got to work out how I would charge it.
Did you take two?
No, three.
Okay. Let's have a look and see what I've got.
It's a Nikon. It's 10 megapixel. I'm going to pay the £3.
Yeah, you can find a charger.
It's nice blue.
It was a very nice blue, happy blue.
There you go.
Lovely, thank you.
Cheers,
Are you
thank
getting
you.
like me and just buying things because you like the colour?
No, it was a Nikon. And it was 10 megapixels. No, it was not nice looking camera. So.
I just remember buying a new car and my boss asking me why I bought a 2 litre and I just said I like the colour. It was true.
What have we got here?
That and the fact I like very big engine cars.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of radios here. But this guy, again, this guy just looks like he's very much a trader. And it all comes down to the pricing. And it's just, I'm in-and-ahhing on some of those radios and thinking, yeah.
That one at the back, the brownie wood casing one, looks really quite old, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was a bit overwhelmed with the amount of radios there. In fact, I think I'll just leave that for a minute. And I was at this point thinking I was going to come back round with things as well.
Planning a second circuit, but then I didn't go.
Yeah, no.
But then part of the reason why I didn't want to go round is, you know, I've had a pretty good week already this week for pickups.
Yeah. Oh, now I see some cables on the ground. Now I'm on the lookout for Wii cables at the right price.
Just by the man's leg.
I've been picking up Wii consoles for as cheap as £3 for the actual consoles, and I have a couple, and I'm on the lookout for cables, but I want to pay the right price.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at those thinking a £5 would be a good amount.
Is that yours? Is that yours? That's better. How much are you looking for these cables?
There's two power packs there and a bunch of other stuff.
Would you do 5?
Move your bag.
I'll offer you 5 if you're interested.
It's got for 2 of them. But I sold the 2 boxes. I don't know, some people want the boxes, some people want the cables. You get them?
Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
I'll offer you a 5. No good? Right.
Yeah, it's more than I want to pay. You know, I have been picking up whole consoles for $5,
And you
including
don't know
all
when
the
you
stuff.
get those cables that have been jumbled up like that, you don't know if they're even any good, do
Yeah,
you?
those power packs might not be any good. So, I mean, let's say they were. Even if they were, it's still more than I want to pay.
I didn't know they had a fruit and veg people there.
Yeah. Now, I don't actually come up and walk around these
I don't really want to
properly,
pay £10 a power pack that I don't know what's working. So.
Oh, very green wheels.
They are. They're the old mag wheels, aren't they?
Yeah. But I've never seen green ones before.
Yeah.
Or if I have, I haven't remembered them.
Black and yellow are the only ones I seem to remember.
Yeah, Tony had black on his.
I think I had a bike with some yellow on
I
there.
seem to remember some with blue and yellow ones, but with blue tyres and yellow mags.
Lovely.
Are you still in the boot sale here, or have you?
This is the outer bit.
Outside?
Yeah.
That's a bit weird that because they
What?
were doing that last.
But
when we
they've
went
obviously
the other
run out
time,
of space.
Yeah.
There's so many people wanting to do it that they've run out of space.
So it's not just Faygate that spills out of the actual area, but at least at Ford they've got enough space to spill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting Neil to have filled his trolley up and come back to the car at some point and then emptied out the trolley, and then we could have driven
Up to the
up
disabled
closer
part.
so
Yeah.
that I could get in and have a walk around. But to be honest, I wasn't over bothered about going round today. I've had a very good week anyway. I've got more than enough stuff to be posting, but then this week I also picked up a DVD player that was on Marketplace free to the first person who
That
wants
was
it.
really nice
So
little
I
DVD player. Yeah.
put my hand up and had that one, and then also the very same day, free, 3 Dysons, working but probably not as well as they should.
3 Dysons. Now that's pretty good. Picking
So
up 3 Dysons from the same place.
We went and picked up 3 Dysons, and then yesterday we found another Dyson that had been put out with rubbish for. So we
We've got
picked
those.
that up. Well, because the dustman won't take the electricals like that
Yeah.
anyway, so they would have left it behind.
So that means
So now
you're
I've
either
got
going to clean
4
it up.
Dysons that I need to strip down, clean, refurbish, and
That
sell.
sounds
So
pretty
I'm
good.
not over bothered about wandering around
Yeah.
and picking up.
So you've
bits
got
and
quite a lot
pieces.
of work to do with those.
I have got a lot of work
But
to
also
do. Yeah.
then you looked at how much they're probably worth if you resell them as refurbished, didn't you?
I did, yeah, because they command a much better price if you put refurbished on. So I've been through a load of YouTube videos of engineers refurbishing to see what that involves.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I can't touch the motors. I don't know anything about the motors themselves. But he just knocked my chair, he knocked me off my chair. He was just letting the dog out. Yes, I had a look at the videos of how to refurbish, and basically a lot of it is what I do with my hoovers anyway, where I strip them down and clean them regularly, and then it's just maybe changing the filters, especially the HEPA filter if that needs renewing, changing filters, changing fan belts, going through the roller bars on the uprights and doing the ball bearing things, taking them out and cleaning them and oiling them up. You know, there's nothing in there really that I can't do myself.
And that's the main things that actually stop them working, isn't it? So
Well, it's mainly that if your filter's never been cleaned out properly, and if your roller bar isn't working, your brush bar isn't working properly,
Yeah.
And you know, that sort of thing I can sort out on my own, so I can do all of the things that they would get when an engineer refurbishes it. So I thought, well, I'll do that and then sell them as refurbished.
Nice. Well, that sounds pretty good.
Well, hopefully, if my cunning plan
Well,
works.
as you say, you've got plenty to get on with for this week, so...
Yeah, I've got more than enough stuff to do without worrying about that.
So do you think we should be trying to look out for Dysons and that at boot sales?
I don't know that I'd actually want to pay for any until and unless I get a good price for the ones I've been given for free. You know,
But potentially if that works, then it could be worth if you know what they can sell
but
for.
also remember I've got my old upright Dyson
Yeah.
that I need to sell. I've also got the cylinder Dyson and the lightweight Dyson. So I've got
So you
three
know-
Dysons of my own
So you
that
know
I
quite a
want
lot
to sell.
about Dysons and having 3 of our own.
I can know quite a lot about vacuuming, really. I've been doing it all my life. So I've got those 3 of my own to sell. Now I've got another 4 to sell on top of that. So I don't think that... Well, unless maybe if there's a stick Dyson going for silly money, then I might pick that up.
Some interesting turquoise
I
vases
just saw
there.
those turquoise vases. But I think our biggest problem is we're so limited for space to store anything, aren't we?
Space is a big problem. Oh, see all the all the paperweights there.
Did you have a look at any of them?
I'm not sure if I did or not. I obviously didn't pick any up. I think I looked at them and thought that because we've seen quite a few, and if they don't look that intricate, then they're probably not that worth that much.
And also, I've already got some paperweights that I still haven't listed.
Yet.
So,
yeah.
If I list the ones that I've got and they start selling for a good price, then we maybe need to start looking at more.
Yeah. And I guess the business model that I'm looking for is buying lots of items to sell, and our reselling isn't dependent on any one item.
Yes. Diversification.
Yes.
But also, we're very aware that we've got a time limit before boot sale season's over, and then then what do we do for stock? I mean, we've been quite lucky getting stuff on Marketplace as well, but I know that some of the resellers struggled a bit over lockdown and things, didn't they?
Yeah, and we're certainly not going to get the amount of stuff that we would
£7.50, very good
that
value.
you can get at. I mean, just look at. I mean, it's reasonably easy to go around these and fill up a trolley.
Yeah. And you've been very. Your sales have been going really well with the stuff you've been picking up so far.
Yes.
But if suddenly your supply of them dries up,
then that's going to be a problem.
yeah, this is the difficulty when the boot sales at any rate are seasonal, aren't they?
Yes.
We've just lost last weekend to rain, we're losing this weekend coming to rain.
Yeah. I just went over to that last bit. There was a radio that looked like a Roberts radio, quite a nice little one. However, when I got there, it didn't actually say Roberts, it was something else. I know people like Roberts
lookalike,
radio.
yeah.
Roberts seems to be a good brand of radios. They obviously make a lot of them, so. That's a big sided.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I was just thinking the other week, walking around the other boot sale, I saw a Bose speaker docking station like we've got.
Yeah.
The guy wanted 20 quid for it, but I thought, well, do anybody actually use
The old Bose
iPods and
one.
things?
Yeah. I don't know how much
These days, you know, do people still use that? I mean, you know, we've got one that we don't use at all anymore because we've got Alexa. So I shouldn't say that word out loud, should I? I'll wake her up, she'll start getting stroppy again.
Yeah.
But you know, I just wondered if it's worth looking at those sort of things. If they, I suppose, I would look on sold ones.
Radio, a couple of radios down there. There's
What's that? Is that an ornament or a statue or something? I can't make out what it is.
It looks like right down close. There's a couple of statues. There's the black one.
No, the white one.
The white they were statues. But again, what would you pay for a statue? What are they worth?
Well, it all depends on the person who wants to buy it, what it's worth, isn't it? I mean, like, you know, even the porcelain figures and things, you know, that things like the Ladro, which 20 or 30 years ago were worth a lot of money, and now the fashion's gone, you know.
High in demand, isn't it?
You know, things do go through fashions. I mean, Lilliput Lane going back 30 years ago was so desirable. People, you know.
What is Lilliput Lane?
Lilliput Lane are the little cottages.
Right.
That I've never liked because they're not a shiny porcelain. So to me, they've always looked like dust collectors. Yeah. But you know, back in, I suppose, the 80s or 90s, whenever it was that the fashion was there, then, you know, people loved them.
Right.
And now every boot sale you go to, there's tables full of them. You know, you see whole collections at a time coming up.
Yeah.
And people just can't sell them. Nobody wants them. I did say to you maybe it would be good for model railway people, but you said it depends on the size of them.
Yeah, I think a lot of modern railway stuff is all down to what scale they're at. So the houses would have to be to a scale that would probably fit in, is what I'm thinking. How much are you looking for the little camera?
I'll find out from the boss.
But I just thought if you're doing a nice railway layout, you could have some really nice houses.
Yeah.
That one day may come back into vogue and be worth a lot of money.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'll leave that
so
for
it
now.
was after 15 for that camera.
Thank you.
And I picked that type of camera up all the time for 2 or 3 quid. So I decided to leave that. It wasn't that was a big. I don't know if I look back at that. That was a lady had laid out a whole load of glasses. And I guess people will look for the frames and stuff.
But I think with, you know, whether it's ornaments or cameras or electronics or whatever, people think, well, I paid X amount for it, so it's got to be worth nearly that.
Yes.
Without thinking that times have changed and fashions have changed and, you know, it's just not worth what you paid for it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're talking jewellery, which does tend to hold its value much better.
Well, I guess jewellery, if it's gold or a precious metal, then at least the metal could be melted down or repurposed.
Yeah, but even then with jewellery, that's fashionable again. And so some things that are fashionable now, I don't see as being timeless pieces. Oh, there's another with your thingy size.
Yeah. It is, but on this one, there's some things I've seen.
Oh, what you got there, little camera?
Nice little Kodak. Now this looks like and some binoculars. Now the Kodak was one of those advanced film ones that you can have the panoramic view as well. Binoculars, and we've got another little camera. What's this one? That looks like a HP. But I think that one's only 1 megapixel, so I think
1 megapixel.
Yeah. So it's quite an old one.
I don't even remember anything.
What, you looking
as
for
being
little,
only 1 megapixel.
Colour, yeah. And how about the little binoculars? Cool.
I didn't hear what he said.
You were talking.
I know. What did he say?
I don't know. I think he said £1 or £2. Might have been £2 each or something.
But you were buying them anyway.
Yeah.
That's one. Have you? Let's see if I've got a 5 or something. Cause I'm. Can you?
He can break it. He can break. What a guy! He can break a 20, and he offered it.
Struggling.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had a good day then. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thank
So
you.
it was £2 each on those, and I'm thinking, well, he's selling things for a good price. So I'm going to have a look and see what else he had, because it's like, what else has he got there?
What was that? That's a free.
So we've got a Freeview box there next to the TV.
I've got the remote to those over here.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, and a DVD player, I think.
I only want a couple of quid.
I was just
Yeah, do a couple
wondering
quid for that.
why that tells on. Is it a picture or
Yeah,
a mirror that
I think it's a
tells
mirror.
on?
Brilliant.
I think they're mirrors.
Nice.
I was thinking if it was a picture, is it another one of those nude paintings that
Superb.
they're censoring?
So what are the other remotes for? Free set.
I believe that's for this.
Right.
And we've got a little Samsung for the Wi-Fi set.
Okay. So what are you looking for on the free set, and what are you looking for on the little?
5 on that and 2 on the 3 set. I'll say I'll do both for 5.
And that was where my film cut out.
The end.
That was the
end of the boot sale.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
Did
anyway,
you buy anything else after that?
I might have bought 1 or 2 other things, but obviously you're not going to see that on this film. So you're going to now hopefully go over, and I will do a show and tell, actually going over a little bit more about what I actually picked up with the other bits that weren't on there and the stuff that was here. Because yes, there's definitely other bits. I've got other bits sat here. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it.
I'm not going to do a show and tell with the Dysons because they're in pieces. The bits that I've been able to wash, I have, and the rest of them, because they came from a cattery, are not very clean.
Okay. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for watching for over an hour. If you have liked it and haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.